decided to teleport. Quest to undertake.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype. It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot
Because
bigger.
you're bigger.
You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting.
Good dog. Good.
Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. That's better. Quentin, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a car. Go on then. Propose. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie as well.
I know it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lost Wing are my family, and I cannot abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves, and if you can do that, who's to say you couldn't convince the entire realm?
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape. Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Oh, no. Well met, Sid. This is the Initiate. Ember?
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid.
Oh, of course. The Sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes.
I am. But I swore I'd face him.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. It taught me what one man can do, and I've been training ever since. So that one day...
You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions.
So...
You haven't even... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. And bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create this all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather on.
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me. Run like the wind. These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't...
Then run! If you want him... on.
A fortress?
And who'll pay for that? Where is Ember?
He must have fled. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. He was nowhere to be seen.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then, his heir.
But Sid...
He did what he thought was best.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets.
I would speak with this Duke.
I saw the captain just now. Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizen's watch, and though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, so I was wondering if you would lend them your strength.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have...
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his... Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who...
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced, but he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but... He's always scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him, but he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him, by all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. Which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry. Yes. But perhaps it's better that you heard them from him.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you.
town needs you. I need you.
But the Duke would have me clapped in irons.
Saw the captain just now.
What does the Dame have to say about all this?
So you are content to abandon the... Please, if you were a true son of North...
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least.
Even when our true enemy... Fine. Thank you so much for...
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right, as always. We've had some reports, you see.
They're back.
Seems that way. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing...
Right.
You know Grieger's Weep?
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings.
Good girl. Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town. Farewell. Call that a test, Ultima?
Clive! Are you all right?
I am. I dispatched the few that I found.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other.
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though. Just you head back to Northreach. I want you there, just...
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople, stirring up ill feeling towards her father.
What? I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One snip...
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. And now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore! You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a Branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale.
Thank you, milady.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy, I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands?
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And well, I can't promise to hold them all back.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
I want steel in the hands of every man.
I don't think the music should have changed. There.
There are so many of them.
Not for long.
Let darkness fall!
Is it over?
No. It's only just begun.
This one.
I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire, that without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the... But you brought them together, not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory.
As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. I should have listened to you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity, and we may yet achieve it. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded, and today there are more than ever before.
Madam Isabel, In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around, and that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain.
Well, I should see if Isabel needs...
Can we get you anything?
There's no need to worry any longer.
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'll be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? But I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden, and so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, those that could be healed at least.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived, but at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same, that I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me, that I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive, and I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Hey, it already. That.
Good girl.
this be Mickleburg?
Straight home now. These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, to be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here.
Is that so?
What are you doing here?
It is my home.
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters.
Give themselves.
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn. Free us from the torment.
They want to be saved. Forgive me. But did another foreigner, like me, come here?
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yes.
Thank you. If you don't mind...
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, Lord Rosfield.
That's right, and you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, you have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills, not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... And so I would see it through to the end, see these people safe, that they might do their duty to their Lord.
You do understand what their dream is?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become a Kashik. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that... Forgive me, my lord. But I must remain here. Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what. Beneath the flood. There must be something. Echoes as well.
Ready, brother?
Ready. What now?
I could try. Oh, okay.
We meet again. I've killed your kind before. Damn it! Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me. and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. I should get this report to Cyril.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril.
Thank you, He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not save him...
The villagers, they were... believers. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life...
Then he perished defending liberty. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order, for better or worse.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them, and you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe we of the Undying are not slaves, and this was his will.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my life to... Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. And were they here...
I also needed that. Like a sick hunt item. Big sword.
Doris is waiting for me near Balmung Dark. The longer she's out in the open, the more likely she is to be found by a Kashik. I need to hurry. There were no guards, I take it?
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. If Chadwick was being held here...
Don't give up hope just yet. Let me check the ground floor.
Then I'll search the upper level.
Just how bad are the floods inside the walls? Bad enough to turn a bearer? I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. Keep my eyes open for signs of life. So this place was no... and I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled.
No sign of any bearers yet. I hope you have better luck downstairs.
Quiet.
Bit awkward to stop us in the middle of this quest, but do what I gotta do.